Good afternoon, and thanks for joining me on The Word at noon. My name is Remy Allen. The 3 weeks training for about 600 facilitators of At-Risk Children Project ACP across the 18 local government areas of Ondo State has come to an end. Wife of Ondo State Governor and Chairperson ACP Advisory Committee in the state, Mrs. Betty Anyanwu Akeredolu, charged the facilitators to translate the skills and knowledge gained at the target groups in their various communities. Government House correspondent Omori Olagbeji has details.
It was 3 weeks of intense training for about 600 youth facilitators selected from across the 18 local government areas of Ondo State. The youth facilitators will in turn mentor vulnerable children to be self-reliant as part of project's effort to address the high number of out-of-school children and other associated risks against youths and children in the state. Wife of Ondo State Governor, who doubles as chairperson of the project's advisory committee, Mrs. Betty Anyanwu Akeredolu said, making an impact and responding to the peculiarities of the targeted group is key to achieving the set goals of the ACP. She commended Governor Oluwarotimi Akeredolu for his political will to make life better for the less privileged and charged participants to translate the skill and knowledge gained to the target groups in their various communities.
Youthful energy, that's true, and that was why Arakore, your talk and do governor, strongly felt that you must be put to work. You must utilize this youthful energy. Like I said the last time, you are the future of the state and the country at large. So congratulations once more. We'll see changes in your community. And are we together in this? Please, go home, go back in peace, and do the needful and make your governor proud.
Special Advisor to Governor on Gender and Secretary of the ACP Advisory Committee, Olamide Falana, expressed confidence in the participants to groom and mentor vulnerable children using the knowledge gained during the capacity building program.
They've gone through knowledge about the basic digital literacy. They've gone through the various vocational skills building, and I must say that it's been a very rich bouquet of knowledge for them. And I make bold to say that this crop of leaders, these of young men and women who are here are not half-baked but fully facilitators.
Other dignitaries at the event encouraged the participants to be good representative of the state.
We must take this back to the local government and make sure you impart the knowledge you get there on those that are going to train.
I want you to go back, plan, and take up your whole life from there. I can see millionaires.
For the trainees, the goal is to put to use the knowledge acquired to change the future of the state. About 600 facilitators and 18 coordinators attended the training on special modules and skill acquisition, including child protection, ICT, building, aquaculture, digital training, among others, including presentation of certificates to the trainees. Omori Olagbeji, Osrc News.
A former Minister of Education, Dr. Obi Ezekwesili, has expressed strong criticism of the Naira swap policy of the Central Bank of Nigeria, CBN. According to the economic policy expert, rather than focus on fiscal and monetary policy, the federal government is using the Apex Bank to target those she called political dissected the controversial CBN directive touted as addressing vote buying and illicitly hoarded funds. She argued that it was crucial for the Apex Bank to be thoughtful about what it is doing. Speaking on how she would tackle the policy, the former World Bank vice president said there was no reason to roll it back, given the technological strides the African continent has recorded of late. The Lagos state government has provided alternative routes ahead of the presidential mega rally of the All Progressives Congress slated for tomorrow in the state. In a statement by the General Manager of the Lagos State Traffic Management Authority, Bolaji Ariagba, the government said the alternative routes would reduce inconvenience and travel time before and during the rally. LASMA advised motorists from the local airport to Maryland to use Kodesho via Obafemi Awolowo to reach Kudirat Abiola through Ojota and connect to their destinations. The agency said while the procession holds on the main carriageway on Ikorodu Road, the service lane will be available for use by the motorists without any hassle. North Korea has fired a pair of short-range ballistic missiles off its east coast 2 days after Pyongyang resumed banned testing activities with an intercontinental ballistic missile launch. In a statement through the South Korea's Joint Chiefs of Staff strongly condemned the 2 launches as an act of significant provocation which took place from a western coastal town just north of the North Korean capital. North Korea's state media and 2 projectiles were a rocket launcher aiming at targets 395 kilometers. Japan also detected the launches, saying 2 ballistic missiles were fired at about 7 a.m. The missiles reached an altitude of approximately 100 kilometers and traveled between 350 kilometers before falling outside Japan's exclusive economic zone. At least 36 people have been killed, with hundreds of others displaced in flooding and landslides triggered by torrential rain. In Sao Paulo State, television and social media footage from the town of São Sebastião showed entire neighborhoods underwater, debris from hillside houses swept away by mud, as well as flooded highways and cars destroyed by falling trees. The town, 200 kilometers north of the city of Sao Paulo, and where many people from the capital spend the holiday weekend ahead of the Christian festival of Lent, was one of the hardest hit as heavy rain fell for 24 hours. A 7-year-old girl was also reportedly killed in neighboring town of Ubatuba. New Zealand's government has extended the state of emergency it declared over Cyclone Gabrielle and announced an emergency relief package worth $186 million as officials warned that the final cost of the deadly storm could rise above $18 billion. Prime Minister Chris Hipkins told newsmen that the storm, which has killed 11 persons so far, has caused damage on a scale not seen in New Zealand for at least a generation. Hipkins extended the national state of emergency, which was declared last week, for only the 3rd time in its history, a further 7 days to help the recovery and relief supports. The cyclone hit the North Island northernmost region on February 12 and tracked down the east coast, inflicting widespread destruction. On sports, Sunshine Stars Football Club of Akure have moved to the 2nd position of the Nigeria Premier Football League Group B table following a 1-0 win over Wiki Tourist of Bauchi. Samson Olashupo got the only goal of the game from a header in the 57th minute of the encounter at the Ondo State Sports Complex in Akure. OSRC's Benga Luajana now reports.
Edith Agoye's men charged from the blast of the whistle as the team's real chance came in the 11th minute when assist master David Donovo scored from a corner kick in the vital area, but Wiki Tour's goalkeeper was quick to dislodge. The goal eventually arrived in the 57 minutes when Samson Olashupo calmly headed home following an assist from a corner kick from Abdulaziz Ajagbe. Wiki Tourist stepped up the account moments later, but were firmly resisted by Sunshine Stars' backline, with Odume Kerete and Ogwabo Emmanuel combining well. Sunshine Stars head coach Edith Agoye in his post-match interview thanked supporters of his team, assuring them of a better and stronger team when the second stanza resumes.
Talking about the numbers of goals we score in games, it's a big concern and we're working seriously on it. Today's game is an exception. Today's game was an highly tactical side. It was a team that is well organized defensively. They prevented us from creating too many goal-scoring chances today. But it's a very good one for Samson Olasupo. The clear-cut chance that we got, he converted it. That's a very good one for us. But like I said, we'll continue to work hard on the aspect of goal-scoring and we'll try as much as possible to improve on that.
Head coach of Wicked Tourist, Abdullahi Adamu, regretted that his side could not take the 3 points home.
When you look at our attack during the first half, they created almost 5 chances, most especially in corner kicks, but we didn't utilize the opportunity we got. Second half, we make substitution, and the substitution was effective, but there was no goal.
The win takes Sunshine Stars tally to 15 points from 9 games, with 9 to go in the season. The Nigeria Premier Football League program will now proceed on a 3-week break and resume on the 12th of next month, with Sunshine Stars again locking horns with Wiki in Bauchi. Binga Oluwajano, West House News.
And that concludes Word News Now. Thanks so much for watching. Good afternoon.